Why my greedy relatives lost the entire family empire overnight. For 15 years, I was just the grease on the gears of Miller's Dockside. While my cousins were off at fancy universities, I was the one flipping burgers and scrubbing fish guts off the floor at 4 a.m. My uncle Rick always told me I was lucky he even gave me a job, since my deadbeat father supposedly left me with nothing. On my 30th birthday, Rick didn't give me a card. He gave me a pink slip. He stood there in a custom suit that cost more than my car, smelling like expensive bourbon. He told me they'd sold the Dockside to a condo developer for a killing. He looked me in the eye and said, "Leo, it's time you found a real life. You've outstayed your welcome." Aunt Barb didn't even look up from her phone. She just muttered, "Make sure he leaves the keys, Rick." I walked out with one cardboard box and a heart full of lead. But the very next morning, I got a call from a lawyer in the city. He had a sealed file for my father, the man they called a deadbeat. It turns out my dad didn't run away. He owned the actual land the Dockside sat on. Every square inch of that waterfront property was mine. He'd leased it to Rick for 20 years for $1 a month on the strict condition that I was always taken care of. The lease expired on my 30th birthday. 2 weeks later, the developer showed up with a big signing. Rick was grinning like a shark, ready to pocket $5 million. I walked into that meeting wearing my grease-stained work boots and tossed a folder on the table. Rick laughed. He said, "Leo, I told you, you don't work here anymore." I looked him dead in the eye and whispered, "You're right, Rick. I don't work here. I own here." The look on his face when the lawyer explained that the building was Rick's, but the dirt belonged to me, it was worth every single hour I spent scrubbing those floors. I didn't just take his paycheck. I took his entire kingdom. He wanted me to have a real life, so I started by giving him an eviction notice.